Okay, this last tutorial now, we're finished our design now. What we have up here is this first page. Has nothing on it, but that's okay. You'll see shortly, we'll just leave it blank like that. That would in theory be the front cover or a contents page or something like that. So we just leave it like that. What you want to do now is, if you go to File, Export. Okay, so you want this Adobe PDF print, okay, and you want it in this same folder, okay. So Korea Monk article.pdf, and we click Save. Now, it's gonna have a few options here. You could leave it like that if you want, but one thing that can be quite handy is if you click on this Spreads, and it's saying range 1 to 3. If we just go range 2 to 3. Again, if you forget all of this, it's fine. You'll still have all the pages you need. Let me just look in here. Don't mind. We don't need crop marks or anything. Well, no, we don't actually. No, it'll be fine. So leave it on range, pages 2 to 3, and click on spreads, and we click export. And that might take a few minutes. Let's see, did it actually work that quickly? If we go into documents. Did I put it in here? I think Korea Monk Mag. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we have, if we open this up, now a PDF version. Now you're probably thinking, why do we need a PDF? Not everybody can open up an InDesign file. If you send your InDesign file to your printers, they will be able to open it, and I'll come to that in another class. But for what we want to do in Collage Do, like the easiest way is to output it as a PDF. Okay, you can even send this to your printer. The only issue with outputting this PDF and send to your printer, let's say you notice a mistake last minute, you wouldn't be able to ring the printer. He has no access to update this. So you've kind of like flattened the whole thing. If you're sending stuff to clients to get them to sign it off, definitely output a PDF and send it to them, because they won't be able to open an InDesign file. Get them to sign the PDF off. It's probably, what I usually do with a printer is I will send them the InDesign file. If I go back in here, where are we? I would send them the folder with the images. I would send them this .indd file and this PDF. I would send them everything, basically. Don't mind this. This is Macintosh does this, but just ignore that. I'd send them that, and these images. The other thing that I would have to do, this is a completely different tutorial for another day, is I'd have to package it all up and send them the fonts as well. Okay, but we don't need to worry about that so much where we are in college. Okay, once you output it as a PDF, you'll be able to open that on any machine in this college to print out. There's another little step though that we need to do in Photoshop. Okay, so we come into Photoshop. Let's cancel that. Okay, what I want you all to do is we're going to print this out on an A2 page so that we can trim the page down and put it straight into our portfolio. So what we need to do is go File, New. Okay, our measurements we want to be millimeters. We want it to be an A2 page, which is 594 mils by 420. We want it 300 pixels per inch, and we don't want it RGB, we want it CMYK because we're going to print it. And we're going to click OK. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, if we go to File and Open, we can open that PDF in Photoshop. So let's find it, there it is. There, Korea Monk article.pdf. Let's open that. It'll take a little minute. It's probably a big-ish file. Okay, so it's going to give me some options here. Now, what I want to make sure is, first of all, crop to, make that crop to media box. Okay. Down here, make sure the resolution is 300 pixels per inch, and instead of RGB, we want CMYK, and click OK. Let's just have a look at that. It should. Now this is going to be a big-ish file. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. What I need to do next is I'm going to do a little step, which not all of you will need to do, but you may as well just get used to doing it. What I'm going to do is put a very thin sort of grey line all the way around the outside of this piece. Okay. The reason I wouldn't have to actually do it on this one, because the background here is beige, and this photograph comes right to the edge. But if anybody has a document where the background here is white, you'll need to put a grey line on. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on this one, and everybody, you may as well just do it anyway. The reason why, or the way that we start to do this, if we go select all. If we come down here to where our colours are in Photoshop, double click, and we'll pick, I don't want it too dark, but that's probably a bit dark. Maybe a greyish like that. Use your own choice, but you don't pick some crazy colour. Don't go black, just a medium sort of grey. Okay, then if we go edit, stroke. Okay, and 1 pixel, that'll probably do. And we want it on the inside. Okay, we'll see what 1 pixel looks like. If it's too thin, we can go back and do it again with 2 pixels or 3 pixels. Make sure it says inside. Okay, and click OK. Then if we go select, deselect. Okay, I'm going to just see this little magnifying glass. I'm just going to zoom in. Okay, it's probably hard to see, but there is a very faint grey line there. Okay, so what I want to do is go back up here, select all, edit, copy. Let's go to this is at my blank A2 page now. Okay, so what I want to do is go edit, paste. Okay, and it should paste it bangs right in the center of the page. By default, it'll do that. Actually, if we zoom in here now, you'll be able to see. Actually, it does look better with the kind of thin grey line on it. I'm glad I put that in, even though this has a beige background. So that does look kind of better, just so as you can see the edge of the page. So for your portfolio, this is what we're going to print out. The reason being, it's now sort of mounted, if you like, on a nice white sheet of paper. If you're going to print this out, I'll show you how to do it in class. I can't show you here. We need to put crop marks at the corners here, 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 and here, and trim that around, and it goes straight into a plastic sleeve. And that is basically it, you guys. Let's save this actually. Last thing, always save. Not a TIFF. Well, you could save it as TIFF. Let's just save it as a Photoshop file. Okay, we'll call it final spread for print. And we leave the layers on. May as well. There'll only be 1 layer anyway. And that's it. That would be printed. And that's basically this project done and dusted and in your portfolio. Too big to export. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that's basically it. Magazine spread done.